Okay, so I am starting this video in Sa Coma. I'm on the far side of Sa Coma. You can see the THB Placha Tour Hotel right in front of me, just right at the end of the beach here. Unfortunately, I do not have time to head right down into Sa Coma today, but I'm here for a reason. And that is to get you an update on the access bridge from Sa Coma to Illot and vice versa. You may well remember when I was down here back in June, so almost 2 months ago, we saw that the bridge going into Illot needed repairing. So let's go and check out and see if that's been fixed. Now we're nearing the end of the day here and I'm actually en route to go and film over in Cala Bona. I haven't got much time, I've literally got 20 minutes to make this video, but I just did want to bring you an update from over here. Now the beach down here is normally absolutely gorgeous, but you can see as we head on towards the end of the day here, look, you can see the sun going down right behind the big hotels. Everything's looking a little bit grey this evening. We've got a slightly hazy evening, and as you can see as well on this far side of Sa Coma beach, we can see a build-up of seaweed. Now because it's in the water, it's not actually on the beach, it's not being cleared. But anyway, let's take a walk around to Illot and back in the direction of my car, because I have to get to Cala Bona on time. I'm just walking up by the jetty here, where you can pick up your glass of bottom boat cruise. It's a lovely evening. It's been a very, very hot day, and I have to say on the east coast today it's a lot cooler than it is in Palma. I left Palma when it was 38 degrees Celsius. We've got around 32 degrees Celsius over here at the moment, but you can see the weather is about to change, and by the time this video goes out it may well have changed, who knows. Now we're just walking through the little commercial centre here in Sa Coma, looking quite busy this evening as we head towards 10 to 7. Live stream starts at 7:30. You can see people are just either leaving the beach or starting to head out for dinner. You can see a little kids park here, little kids fun park here is opening up for the night. But I will be back here in September to make some really lovely daytime videos from over here as well, so consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. As we make our way into Illot, is this still one of Mallorca's most affordable holiday resorts? We'll find out in September, but in the meantime, look, I'm just coming around the point here, and do you know what, I was walking the bicycle lane as well, that you can just see I nearly got run over. But look, just having a quick look over the kids park here. You can see they've got the bouncy trampolines on the go already. And let's just walk down the side here. Look, all the shops are still open, and these shops will be open until around 10, 11 o'clock at night too. But really today, in this video, just does not do either resort, either Illot or Sa Coma justice, just because we've got these slightly grey, hazy skies. We have been in the midst of a huge and hot heat wave over here in Mallorca this week. So if you saw my video back in, I think it was June actually, middle of June, you'll know that the bridge connecting these resorts and the far end of Illot was in need of some repair, and there was an access way down through the beach. Let's go and see if that's been repaired, but in the meantime we're going to keep walking through this resort here so you can see what it's like in peak season. You can see what it's like in August 2025. A fair few people around. I said in all my videos that Mallorca is not Benidorm. You're not going to find the huge crowds that you might find over on Benidorm seafront. If you want huge crowds and not being able to put a towel down on the beach because there's so many people, that may well be the resort for you, but it's not the case over here. This is a really lovely small and friendly resort, and I know I have many viewers who come back here year after year. But anyway, let's keep going because we're just coming up past the restaurants here. Like I said, we're coming up to 5 to 7 in the evening. It is looking rather quiet out here, but like I said, it's been a really, really hot day. Most people come out to eat around 8, 9 o'clock. We don't have any real early diners over here. We've got a few people over, but not many. I can see though up in the Sky Dream Sea Yacht A few people out having some evening drinks right out in front of me. Looks like quite a nice place actually, I've never noticed that before. So that's a restaurant, bar and grill, and it spreads over 2 levels as well. You're going to get some lovely views from up there. How absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, let's keep heading down, and we're coming down to the beach, or the far end of the beach at least, in Illot. My goodness, it's still looking busy this evening. I'm not surprised there's nobody in the restaurants. They're still out on the beach, and who can blame them with the really high temperatures that we've had today. But I still have bad news for you. Now, I am absolutely amazed by this. I am amazed by this. The bridge and the access route here, which connects Sa Coma here to Illot, has not been repaired. And it's this bridge here which lies right in between the Hotel Paymar and the Hotel Morea, the Playa Morea, on the other side of the bridge in Illot. And check this out. So, apart from the huge amount of rubbish that we have banked up here, I'm going to tell you exactly why this is going to be a massive problem here in the next month or so if it does not get repaired. And that is because of the torrents here. So if this bridge here does not get repaired very soon, we're going to see massive problems moving on into September and October, particularly when summer breaks and particularly when we have really heavy storms, because this torrent here, which lies behind me, brings all the water out from pretty much like inland here, and it brings it out to the sea. It brings it out through the beach and onto the water. Now, as we can see, the current access route is still on the sand. They've laid down a boardwalk to allow people access from Illot coming into Sa Coma and vice versa. But when we get a lot of rain, when we get these September storms, that little bridge there is going to be needed for people to get over the raging torrent and onto either side of the resort. Because my suspicion is that if we really do have some major storms here, and we do have a lot of water flowing down through the torrent and onto the beach, that little boardwalk there is going to get washed away, and it's going to prove very, very difficult for people to get from one side of the resort to the other. Now, I cannot believe this hasn't been fixed. I've seen suggestions from viewers on how it can be fixed, and it looks reasonably simple and basic. And if you've been watching the channel as well, you'll know that there are literally hundreds of millions of euros sitting in bank accounts, quite possibly, according to newspaper reports, with tourist tax that has been collected over the past few years. Why has this not been used to fix this bridge in this really, really key tourism area? And like I said, this has been closed now during peak season for the past 2 months. Now, this isn't because anyone hates tourists or anything like that. It's purely down, as I'm guessing, to mismanagement and also a lack of management as well, and a lack of easily being able to place resources into getting this fixed. This is Spain, don't forget, this is Mallorca, and each municipality works in a very different way. We see Calvia Council, the town hall in Calvia, being really good at fixing things and not so proactive over here on the east coast. But you know, I'm just saying, I really hope if we get the big storms here, that little boardwalk there on the beach, it doesn't get washed away. Otherwise, you're going to have a big walk all the way around to get down to Sa Coma. Anyway, I'm going to start heading back to the car. That's my rant over. You never know, beginning of September this may well get fixed, but hopefully they'll prioritise that. Who knows? Anyway, one thing I've got to say though is that the views from here are very, very nice, with the sun starting to dip, but you can see the issue here. Look, if you can't get over that bridge, if those repairs do not get made, you're going to have to walk all the way around. We can see these people walking here right the way around back on the street, and that is no good if you do have mobility issues. So fingers crossed they'll sort it all out soon. But look, nothing has been repaired here, nothing has been repaired. Still got these no access signs up. And goodness me, what a load of rubbish here as well. That is absolutely shocking. I'm not impressed by that. But anyway, look, we can see holidaymakers streaming down across this boardwalk here, and you can see where the torrent just about starts. We don't need very much rain here for this to rise, the water levels to rise, and to literally cover this boardwalk and just wash it all away. And you can see how close this boardwalk is to the edge of the torrent. Anyway, we're going to head away from City Yachts now. I may as well take you back to my car as we head on back in the direction of Sa Coma. And do you know what, in a few short minutes as I've walked up here, it's already feeling a little bit busier as now more people are coming out. I really am picking up the pace here. I have 20 minutes to get down to Cala Bona and start my live stream. Do go ahead and check out my content from earlier on in the season when I was last down here filming. It'd be great as well to hear the opinion of some holidaymakers too, see what their holiday's been like. If you have holidays over here, either in Sa Coma or City Yacht this summer, let me know. And let me know how you've got on with that boardwalk as well, particularly if you're in a wheelchair too. I can't believe it hasn't been fixed. I literally cannot believe it hasn't been fixed, especially with all that money sitting in, apparently sitting in bank accounts as well. The tourism tax could quite easily pay for that. It's pennies to fix. It would be pennies to fix, but there must be a reason why not. If anyone knows the reason, once again, let me know in the comments. I think we'd all like to know. Anyway, you can see the walk here into Sa Coma. It's taken me about 5 minutes walking at high speed. Just watch out for the cycle path too, which it's actually quite narrow. Got scooters and bikes whizzing by. I'm heading off in this direction now. Guys, thank you very much for watching this, albeit short and rushed video. But as I said, I'm absolutely horrified to see that 2 months on, that bridge linking Sa Coma to City Yacht has not been fixed. I cannot believe it. Is it going to be fixed by the end of the season? If you have a booking here, particularly during these rainy and stormy months, I don't know what to say. If we do have a huge amount of rain, if you do have massive storms, that little boardwalk on the beach may well get washed away, and it has done in the past. We have had storms in previous years over here, so that's just a warning for you if you do have accessibility and mobility issues and you're hoping to enjoy and get the best out of two resorts. Okay everyone, as the sun slowly peels out from behind one of these huge hotels down here, don't forget you can join me in the Facebook group, follow me on Instagram, and I'll be back here very soon, so subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll drop a couple of videos here on YouTube from this area to help you out with your holiday. Okay everyone, thanks for watching. I shall see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.